Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to dex the Undexable. That is right, there is actually a way of doing this. There is a way of dexing out of the last hit of Serpent's SP1, allowing you to punish faster or heavy punish, which is particularly useful if you're playing Kittl or my first 7-star rank 4 champion, Crossbones. So today I'm going to be featuring some slow-mo footage of my Crossbones absolutely embarrassing a 6-star maxed out version of Serpent, and we're going to be breaking it down frame by frame so you can learn how to do this trick every single time. Let's get into it. So what we're going to do first is we're going to watch it through in real time so you can see how this trick really allows Crossbones to become unironically the best non-mystic counter to Serpent in the game, and if not like top 5 just best counters overall. He just deletes Serpent from the server if you can get this trick down. You see, I charge up my overrun and just at the very last second dex out of it, and then I can heavy punish and pause all my furies free of charge. Now I recognize that I'm punching down a little bit here, but an R3 Serpent would be dead in another combo, just such is Crossbones' insane damage output. He doesn't want to throw the special, but then I remember I have a rank 4 Crossbones and the rules don't apply to me, and I just throw off the SB3. We're reducing his ability accuracy by more than 125%, and that is lights out. Nearly 51,000 points. 42 seconds. I know we're kind of bullying him, but this trick is super duper useful. It's employed by a lot of the best Celestial players. We'll talk a little bit about that later, but now we're going to break it down in slow motion. So this is 1/3 speed, and what I'm going to put this down to is the fact that there are actually 2 parts to Serpent's leap. He has the first part where he covers the majority of the distance, and the second bit where he actually completes the slam down of his hammer. I'm going to show it again at the same speed. We're going to charge up overrun in the initial beam hit, and then he's going to charge over to us. He's going to leap over to us, rather, and you'll see that he swings his hammer from the original starting position to basically pointing nearly directly upwards, and that's when he's covered the majority of the distance. So this clip is in 0.15 times speed. You're going to see it really, really clearly before I just give you a screenshot of where I believe you need to start dexing. So on his initial leap towards you, where he covers basically all of the ground, he's only going to swing his hammer up to nearly pointing directly upwards. Not quite. He's only going to swing it up to a certain point. Then, once he's covered all of that distance, he's then going to complete the smackdown to finish the animation. Bang! You can see where he started moving his hammer considerably faster, and at that point, you swipe back, and you don't need a champion like Silk, you don't need a champion like Nightcrawler. You will be able to quote-unquote dex out of it and be within range to heavy punish. You can see how this makes Crossbones just pop off in this matchup. I don't have any footage against the rank 3 because I don't let rank 3 Serpents out of the box. I ban them religiously. But this is the screenshot. This, I believe, is basically the exact frame where you want to start dexing if you don't want to get hit. The window for this is quite tight, and I recognize it's going to take some practice. You may want to do a friendly with an alliance mate with a big Serpent, just so you can test this without any pressure. Otherwise, if it goes wrong, you know, if you're not punching down like I am here, then it can get quite costly quite quickly. You do not want to get hit by this guy. He hits very hard. But if you can get it down, then this sort of trick is employed by players like Andrew the Rough. If you want to see more footage of this trick, go check out one of his live streams. There's probably a fight in there where he takes on a big Serpent with his Kittl, and he uses that trick to pause all of his spells and get that heavy knockdown spell with Kittl. Really keeps the flow of the fight going and makes him, who I believe to be the best Serpent killer in the game. I think he's just tremendously skilled in that area, if not all areas. But yeah, he will cover the majority of the distance to you, and he'll have his axe in this position. And then once he's basically right up your arse, he will continue slamming his hammer down to finish the animation. When you see him properly start swinging that hammer from the sky to the floor from this position to close out the animation, that is when you want a dex back. That is when you're going to get out free of any sort of punishment. And yeah, the window's quite tight, might take some practice, but I felt this is a good little tips and tricks video to make. I think it's good to spread the knowledge of this sort of thing. And yeah, it turns Crossbones into an absolute monster, but we already knew he was one of those already, so hey. But that is just about all I have for you today. If you have made it this far, then thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.